500 likes for the scariest ghost videos of the month. GNU Studios. When I say that, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? I hope it's nothing adult related, because this is not a company for making movies of any type. This is the name of a YouTube channel that uploads CCTV clips of their house haunting. And with that being said, this could be one of the lamest openings I have had this year so far. So, what do we have here? We have a burger with a large soda. We have some paranormal videos to talk about. In the first one, while the lady was trying to fight her demons, not her kids by the way, the demons inside her head. And I mean that literally, cause she was wearing a VR headgear. When the real demons in the house saw how ridiculous it got, they took the closest object they could find and used it to trip the woman. And in this case, they used a pair of shoes. In the second clip, another family member was facing her own demons. What's with the ladies in this channel? Anyway, she was not wearing a VR device, but instead she was dancing. If you can even call that stupid body movement dancing. When the so-called ghost saw that, they got provoked, so they threw something to get her attention and stop the pain they were witnessing. Also, I forgot about the whispers in the garden. That father over there was most likely pissed off but couldn't find a polite way to stop his daughter from dancing. He knew the first words that would come out of his mouth would be so aggressive she would call the police on him. So the paranormal activity was like salvation to him. I'm going to say this out loud, and I will never be ashamed of it. I'm a man who's not into babies. Hold on just there. I want you to stop the overthinking process. What I meant is that when I get married, I don't want to have babies immediately, not until 3 years after marriage. But what does that have to do with the next video? Where are the paranormal activities you have paid to watch? First of all, you haven't paid anything, and second of all, I will get to it. Stay calm, Timmy. Emily and Chris are a couple. A couple of what? Just a couple. A wife and her husband. Don't act foolish. These two spent 7 years together before proceeding to marriage. Or was it 6 years and then they got married in the 7th one? That's a question worth investigating. So, what's the deal with these two? Buy two, get one for free. The story is very simple. They wanted a baby but couldn't have one, according to the doctors. So these doctors were greedy and wanted to be the father in this regard. Is that what you're saying? Don't put words in my mouth. I'm not hungry and I haven't said that. These two were scientifically unable to have a baby. The lady didn't give up for 1 second, while the father couldn't feel more rest. That's what I think he felt. I mean, who wants to pay all that extra money? Katie didn't give up and did the unthinkable. She went to a witch, who did some demonic rituals on her so she could get pregnant. Emily was born, but so were the demonic forces, which haunted the house so badly that they had to leave it. And here come Johnny and Jordy to explore all the possible poltergeist activities of the hidden Jinn world. It all started with some light knocking sounds and footsteps that were barely heard. But then it got more aggressive when my washing machine started vibrating like a tank. That's what I thought it was, but upon checking, it was the couple's house vibrating. That's a line from a movie. Johnny was grabbed from his leg, while Jordan freaked out of his own shadow.
Keep the camera on.
Keep the camera on.
Well, you want to show us something?
I can hear something.
We're listening.
Has nothing to do with this place.
I'm beside you.
I'm beside you.
Beside who?
Can you say something in here? Am
I just heard tapping from like above the cabinets. Whoa. That actually did something for real.
Whoa.
Mess.
Mess? Yeah.
There we go.
What is that? Something's clicking over there.
Mess?
Oh my
though?
God,
Like
my
this
head is
place
shaking.
is a mess.
Yeah, it is a mess. That creeps me out.
Oh my God. Who are you and what do you want?
She scared me. Where is it coming from? I couldn't tell if it was like, it sounded between, like it didn't sound like a bang on.
That's exactly what it sounded like.
These candles are going nuts. I had a weird feeling up here, dude.
Whoa, behind you!
Whoa, no! Are you serious? Were you serious?
I saw something. I don't know if this picked it up or not. Close! It was close to you. And it was like as soon as you went into the master bedroom.
Seriously?
Yeah.
The first thing that freaked me out the night that we were in this house was when I was upstairs and Jordan was watching the baby monitor, and he said there was something beside me. He saw some sort of anomaly that was closer towards the bathroom. As soon as he said that, this overwhelming feeling that something was there upstairs with me, very close, and I just ran down the stairs, and I remember having goosebumps all over. I'm freaking out, man. That was like, look at my arms. Look at that. Oh, they were just on end.
It's so dark. Okay, I'm gonna go up there. What was that?
I don't know. Turn your light on. You heard that? That was stupid loud.
What?
Those garbage cans are moved. They were not in the middle of the walkway. Turn that light off. That was loud.
That was very loud. That actually freaked me out.
Those garbage cans are in the middle of the walkway. We walked that walk before.
I'm confused.
Something was in here. Oh no! Someone touched my fit leg, dude. Something 100% grabbed my leg.
Did it actually
Dead
grab you?
serious.
Did it grab you?
It's still doing it, Jordan. It's actually still grabbing something. I think my mic unplugged too. Something was just standing there grabbing my leg. Holy Those things. Oh God. Those things moved.
Like it was like standing like right here, like a person, but it was just like a shadow.
Why is this? There was a bang downstairs.
That was a very loud bang
My
downstairs.
voice is heard.
My voice is heard.
It's not messing around with any devices. What's happening? Now that thing goes quiet? Holy crap. What was that? I don't know. It's something's going on. You hear that though?
Rake.
What was that? Is that you? Okay, I'm freaking out now.
I'm freaking out.
Like, I kind of want to, I don't know. What is happening? Okay, it's coming from everywhere. Okay, I don't know, but I'm having I am having it's coming from all over the house. It's getting louder and faster. Oh, I know you. No, K2's going. Everything's going. What is that noise?
I don't know. I'm going upstairs.
What's happening, man? What's happening?
What is that?
What's that high pitched? Things are moving. This is the craziest. Okay, we gotta get out of here, man. What's going on?
What is that? That has to be something.
This door's open.
Hello? Man, I don't even know if I can handle this.
I am having a full-blown panic attack. It's upstairs. Are you, is this?
What?
I don't know what is going on. I can't handle it, man. I'm having a full-blown panic attack. That was like a light switch turned on in there. What is going on? This is locked.
Revenge.
So
You
you are
shouldn't.
demonic. Holy shit, man. What can we
Oh, that was a weird voice. I'm
sacrifice?
scared.
Holy shit.
What happened? I heard something. Johnny?
Holy shit. Okay, the dish, watch, don't move. I asked if it was demonic and it said yes, and then it said sacrifice,
Yeah.
and then a glass came out of there. Yeah, just turn them on. Okay, that came from on the...
Let's get out of here. Let's go, let's go.
Okay, yeah, let's get out of here.
So if things weren't bad enough in there, they decided to draw the devil's star to communicate with the spirits. Did they really have to go that far? And the same should be asked to the delivery man. I gave him my exact address, and he still went further to the next street. I shouted at him, but he didn't listen. He must be possessed. Have you ever heard of a creature called the Rake? If you had, then congratulations. You have some knowledge, which I want you to share in the comments down below because I have no idea what it is. According to Google, it's a man who was habituated to immoral conduct, particularly womanizing. Often, a rake was also prodigal, wasting his fortune on gambling, wine, women, and song and incurring lavish debts in the process. Basically, he is a ruined man who cares about nonsense. But in the next video, we have the other rake, which is supposed to be a rare monster-like creature. He was just walking from side to side. That's how I would walk at night to the kitchen for a late meal. Or, more like when I was a kid, I would be trying to sneak into my parents' room to watch TV with them from under the bed. Do I have to tell you what I also used to hear back then? The last time I featured this next man, he seemed to be really legit. I really bought what he had to offer from paranormal activities. But today he is back, and now I wish he didn't keep going if he was going to become what he has become. But why so dramatic? He forced me to let some of my emotions out in front of you guys. Let me explain what I mean before you suspect some weird stuff. In the first video, he was cleaning up his kitchen. All the pots, plates, and other things were on the ground, with a fairly organized pattern. I have never seen a more clean mess before. At that point, I was a bit suspicious about this man. But then I remembered that the last time I had him, he was so good that I couldn't stop thinking about the great moments we had together. How the ghosts were opening these closets so convincingly, I almost dropped tears. But now I'm really disappointed. All that just because the mess in the kitchen doesn't fit my taste. That and the fact that he is so bad at transitions. When he was cleaning up and the camera was in a perfect position to show what looks like a GIF demonic lady. I mean, a terrifying looking lady lurking in the deep shadows of the corridor. Then we get to the puppet footage in which he was scanning it for any possible signal of a ghost haunting it, which did turn out to be true. That puppet was indeed possessed by his family's strings. And by strings, I mean strings of their dark past with dark forces. The last one is very simple. The bed moves on its own, and he goes to check who's behind it. But why do so when it's better to take a look from a distance, only for the kitchen to become a mess yet again?
Ainda não acabou. Aparece uma pessoa debaixo da pia de lavar louça.
A bagunça que ficou aqui em casa depois. Ai, caramba, não me assusta não. Olha a bagunça, gente, que ficou em casa. Vou ligar a luz aqui. Olha onde a dona foi parar. Agora eu vou ter que arrumar, né?
Impressão minha ou tinha alguém no corredor acenando?
Amassou a panela. Quebrou meu rádio. E quebrou meu rádio. Agora já era. Vai ficar no lixo.
E a boneca que tenta chutar o K2 toda vez que eu aproximava o
Ó,
K2
presta bem aqui do
perto
outro lado aí pra
dela.
você ver. Ó. A dona puxa o negócio, ó.
A dona tá brava, ó.
Viu?
Vai dar chute.
Ela tá chutando, ó. Aí, ó. Eu nem encostei nela.
Sério?
Olha lá.
Ela mexe, né?
Ó. Aí.
É doida.
Ui.
Pai vai falar. Não tá filmando ela.
Olha aí, ela chuta.
Pisca muito, ó.
Ó.
Eita.
Ela parece que quer chutar o negócio.
Eita, é mesmo, agora eu vi.
Ó.
Oxe, parece que tá um imã aí.
Que imã, vó.
Ai. Ouvindo barulho de cama se mexendo aqui faz horas. Aqui em casa faz horas que eu não ouvi esse tipo de barulho. Lembrando que eu tô sozinho em casa, minha mãe foi pra chácara de novo. Olha isso. Oi. Oi. Oh meu Deus. Oh meu Deus, olha isso daqui, gente. Olha isso aqui. Olha onde foi parar a cama. Oh meu Deus. Que barulho é esse? Caramba!
I have tried to enhance the brightness of the one where the so-called djinn appeared in the dark. This man needs better production. Let me tell you about the dark truth, my child. But before you come to weird conclusions, it's not family related. The dark truth isn't about you. Then it's most definitely about me, is that right? Nope. That's the account name of Mike, the man in the next scary sequence, if it's even that scary. When the man first started talking, I was a bit shocked. His English is so good, as if it were his native language. That's all until I realized it was in fact true. But for some reason I thought he was Hispanic. Regardless, what is he doing here on the greatest list of scary videos of all time? He is here to watch you and make sure you sit comfortably while enjoying some time with horror. And think about it, I'm not joking here. Isn't that the main point of these guys uploading their videos to the public? So, Mike is a dude who seems to have moved out of his parents' house not that long ago. And why am I saying that? He seems to lack experience. When you don't pay your bills on time, of course people with dark clothes will start coming to your house. And if you don't answer them, they will start appearing in your house at night, which can also explain the footsteps. They are in your house to haunt you. The electricity messing up. It's just another warning before they cut it off eventually. But what about them using the bathroom secretly and using your toothpaste too? Well, do you think these fellas will keep all their focus on you and forget about their personal hygiene? They have to stay clean. Alright, all that makes sense, but why did, when Mike started doing some rituals to kick the demons out of his house, paranormal activity appear, such as an egg yolk turning black? Maybe the electricity companies now have new ways to send their employees.
Okay, so I know everybody wants updating a story about what happened. So the bottom steward's neighbor passed away, and it's been pretty weird and paranormal lately. In the comments, I got a lot of people saying to get sage. I got 2 different kinds. I don't know which one to use. All the same. This one has like a twine around it or something. Hopefully the place will be cleansed. Told me to use the sage to bless the house, but first I'm gonna use what y'all said and put the egg in the middle of the room. The egg in the middle, okay. It keeps going out. Okay, it's good. Okay. If anything is here, you are not welcome. Is it going out? Oh, it's good. You're not welcome here. You have to leave. You're not welcome. I really didn't want to light. You're not welcome here. You have to leave. There we go. Don't show no fear. Just, you're not welcome here. You're not welcome in the corners. The thing is moving. Not welcome here. You have to leave, find your way out. Okay, I think that's enough. I think I'm just getting the spirit mad. Okay, well, we're gonna check the egg. Check this egg. Hopefully I have a bad spirit in here. I'm gonna crack it into this bowl, see what happens. And
Thought someone was in my house.
the TV turned off right now by itself. This has been happening too.
Dude, something like that, dude, you gotta. I feel like I've seen that before. You gotta, whenever since I was young, you gotta like call it out or something. Like, you just gotta call it, like. Literally, bro, just like, is anybody here? Is anybody here? It's like, no, you just anybody here? Throw.
What was that? I think it was upstairs. Sounded like a big old bang. This has been happening, bro. Ooh, it's dark as fuck, dude. Oh, dude, it looks creepy. It looks fucking creepy up here, bro. Oh, shit.
Down here.
Go. I don't wanna be up here, bro.
Light just turned off down here.
Holy.
I have never thought that eggs can give chocolate. Also, who told you to do these rituals in the first place? Do you really think this is the way out? And what is a sage? I need answers, man, please. And here we get to the section where we draw the line, the top 5 scariest videos of the month. I hope you enjoy the rest of the show. To be frank, I couldn't quite decide on a name for my son, and the same goes for the protagonist in the next video. But let me pose a question to you first. We are in a test here that will determine whether you are eligible to be married or not. Have you ever seen a video of someone lying in bed, recording paranormal activity happening right in front of them, specifically in their closet? Now, you might be wondering how this relates to your eligibility for marriage, and to be honest, the girl I wanted to marry asked me the same thing. Unfortunately, she didn't answer when I asked her back, but I did admit to having seen the video. However, she then hit me with another tricky question. Have you seen the guy who encounters so-called jinn figures in his house and shop, which are connected? To which I replied, have you seen your head between your hands? And that's how the conversation ended. Now, before you dismiss these questions as irrelevant, I must tell you that there is some truth your parents might not have revealed to you. In the next video, we'll see the same guy who had the closet incident, as well as the jinn encounters. As Frank takes us on a tour of his property, he encounters a black figure waiting for him by the couch. Now, being that Frank isn't American, he didn't shoot the figure. Instead, he ran towards it, but as he got closer, it disappeared. And it's not just Frank. His wife has also encountered a figure, and even their son has seen them too.
Esas ruidas del techo. No sé qué esté pasando, pero sí me siento nervioso. Vamos a ver. No inventes. Se abrió la puerta. Se abrió la puerta como la última vez. Déjenme calmo, déjenme calmo, déjenme calmo. Déjenme calmo. No hay nada, no hay nada, no hay nada, no hay nada. Se abrió la de abajo, se abrió la de abajo. Vamos a ver, vamos a ver. Uy, otra vez. Es en esta zona. Yo no sé qué está pasando. Uy, los perros. Uy. Uy, los perros.
Y acá, pues, el otro pedacito de la cortina. Clarito quise ver que algo que pasó. Ahí en el cuarto de los niños.
No se ve nadie. ¿Dónde están las llaves?
Están colgadas acá en la entrada de la puerta. Sí, por favor, córrele, córrele, hijo. Córrele, 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 se volvió a asomar. Se volvió a asomar, hijo, córrele, por favor. Ay, no, sonido de ojo, no inventes. No te pases. No te pases, no te pases. Eso no estaba aquí. Aquí. Esto, la carriolita de la niña, eso no estaba aquí. Tengan de juguetes, mis hijos. Los únicos, pues, juguetes que tengo. Ay, canijo. Y es que también no sé si sea aquí en el baño. Se está escuchando. Aquí, en la cocina incluso. Pero sí me saca muchísimo susto porque la verdad después estoy sola. Ay, Dios mío santo, no manches, no manches. Ahí está la mona, pero lo que no manches, no. El refrigerador está abierto. Ay, Dios mío, que habrá atrás del refri. Ay, no manches. Ay, por un momento me asusté. Pero ves, son los... ¿Qué pasó, hijo? ¿Quién está ahí? ¿Dónde, hijo? ¿Ahí? ¿Ahí dónde? ¿Quién está? ¿El niño? ¿El niño? ¿La señora? ¿Ahí? ¿Ahora dónde vas?
Aquí no hay nada. Ay, Dios mío, ¿qué onda? ¿Qué está pasando? que ver. En el baño. Les juro que escucho voces, no sé qué onda. Ese ruido no sé de dónde venga. No sé de dónde venga. Ay, Dios mío. Dios mío. ¿Qué es eso? 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 Me caigo. ¿Qué es eso? 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 Ay, ¿qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Qué está pasando? No hay nada. Quise ver una sombra. Juro que quise ver una sombra. De verdad quise ver una sombra. No sé qué está pasando. Buenas noches, amigos. Me tocaron la puerta. Este carrito estaba en el sillón, se cayó. Como saben, me duermo a veces en la sala, pues porque me siento nervioso. No hay nadie aquí afuera. También he prendido la luz, pues para sentirme un poquito más seguro. Se escuchan ruidos. Se han escuchado murmullos aquí en el baño. No sé si será de aquí. Como pueden ver, está vacío. Vénganse por acá, vamos a checar si de acá vienen. No, está todo tranquilo, vamos a ver si aquí de la tienda. Si entro de la tienda. Parece que aquí no es. Se vieron acá. Vengan, vamos a ver. No, aquí no son. Vénganse, vámonos por acá. No sé qué está pasando. Mejor vámonos, vengan. Me siento nervioso, vámonos.
I can't recall the last time I talked about Kent and his infamous lamb house. In fact, my memory is so bad, I can't even remember important details from my own life. However, Kent is back with yet another documentary on the lamb house, this time titled Portals in the House of Hell. According to legends, the lamb house is said to have risen from the depths of hell itself. It's an outrageous claim, and the people who say these things should be held accountable for spreading such absurd rumors. But let's talk about the actual video. In my opinion, this one is darker than any of Kent's previous ones. When I say darker, I'm not referring to the brightness of the video, I'm talking about the content. Kent's latest documentary begins with him climbing the stairs to the lamb house, trying his best to act as if nothing is wrong. Suddenly, a dark figure slams the door shut on his face, leaving Kent feeling emotionally hurt and confused. He assumed it was one of his family members playing a prank on him, but when he asked them about it, they denied any involvement. In another video clip, we see the same dark figure quickly darting across the screen. Now, let's get to the dark section. According to some fake legends, anyone who even thinks about the lamb house will suffer. Even I experienced a sudden bout of diarrhea just by considering a visit. And trust me, it wasn't from some questionable street food I ate the night before. Meanwhile, Kent's son crashed his car twice, his granddaughter's hand transformed into a pizza, and his brother had skin cancer, which developed to an extreme level after he gave a visit to the lamb house. One family friend was waiting for a ride outside the lamb house, and she switched from Team Hard Work Eddie Murphy to Team All-Time Classic White Uncle Tommy. In other words, she got so frightened that her face turned white as a ghost. She later passed away unexpectedly.
I still see things that's pretty mind-boggling. I still feel things that's still feels dark. What the hell was that? Oh my God! Oh my God! So I go back downstairs and I said to Jude, I said, Jude, that's Nanu up in the bedroom. And Jude says, no, Nanu's up in Mommy's room, which is the witch's window room. And I'm like, okay, well, who's in the bedroom that slammed the door on me? Holler up the steps of the witch's window room, and sure enough, my wife's up there with our daughter. No, I thought that was you up in the bedroom, sorry. So I go back up to the bedroom, and there's nobody up there, but there's something strange that was captured that I didn't see in real time.
Abby? Edmund? Hello?
Well, there's a lot of stuff that I haven't talked about, things that's gone on with this paranormal activity. Mainly because, for privacy matters, there's a lot of stuff I haven't mentioned from these investigations. In order to understand what's been going on in the Lamb House and with these encounters, it's kind of reached a point for people to understand the situation. I need to start talking about certain things that I've left out of the videos. Over the past 2 years after these encounters turn extremely dark, entities wanting blood, spirits bring up Blood Witch, and my mother reveals family secrets, strange events started taking place with every family member, even with family members who've never stepped into the Lamb House. Every time I conduct an investigation in the Lamb House, attempting to get down to the bottom of this so-called family curse spirit attachment, like clockwork, someone would get seriously hurt. Unexplained illnesses or even death would occur. I also noticed strange things taking place with people attempting to come to the Lamb House or have been in the Lamb House. The first really strange event that took place was when my brother Mike got skin cancer. Squamous cell skin cancer spreads slowly and is usually not fatal.
A demon?
Every time I encountered this activity during an investigation, something traumatic would happen to a family member during the investigation or immediately after. During the filming of Demons in the Dark Provoked, I received a message from a family member. My brother's cancer has spread to his brain. He'll be going into hospice. The next day I receive a phone call from my daughter. My granddaughter was viciously attacked by the family cat. The cat has never attacked anyone before. It was a calm but very loving cat. I get a call from my son Nathan. He was driving down the road with his girlfriend in the car. Out of nowhere the car explodes and is completely engulfed in flames. They received some burns but barely made it out of the car alive.
Me and Justine were in the car. I just got done mentioning someone being the Antichrist. And not even 5 minutes later, the car blew up and the dash went in our face. And then we jumped out. and took off running. The car blew up again.
What caused it to blow up?
We don't know. The fire department couldn't even find out.
My daughter has 3 daughters. It didn't make sense to me. Why would this cat specifically single out this particular child? Then my daughter tells me my granddaughter, who was attacked by the cat, has been seeing a shadow apparition in her room at night. And lately there's been a lot of strange things going on in the house related to paranormal encounters. I started talking to family members. Everyone has been seeing shadow apparitions and experiencing strange encounters. One of my grandkids drew a picture. She said a strange face showed up in the picture and this scared her. Another one of my grandkids drew a shadow apparition to show me what the apparitions looked like. Out of nowhere, multiple family members started suffering from major panic attacks, non-stop anxiety, major depression, and dark forms of oppression. My son Nathan has another incident. This time he knew something supernatural attempted to kill him.
I was in the Jaguar going down San Felipe, and all of a sudden the Jaguar just turned on its own by itself. It was grabbing me, trying to get control of it, and it ran into a tree. Got broken nose from it, broken leg from it, my ankle's still messed up from it. Got a big hole in the side of my knee. So that's just now healing up, and it's been, 3 months? I was taking pictures, and then I caught like a ghostly-like figure, a demon or something with the red eyes. Like, I don't know how the picture even got there, because I wasn't facing anything else or anywhere else, so it's weird how I even captured the picture and just showed up on my phone. And then it happened again whenever I was at Tiffany's over in Melbourne.
Do you feel like there's a family curse?
I honestly do, Dad. Yeah, I feel like there's a family curse. There's something over our whole family. Something's going on for sure, I feel like.
A family friend stops by the Lamb House and needed a ride home. While sitting in the Lamb House, her face turned pure white. She began to panic and ran out of the house. I found her sitting in my car. She begged me to quickly drive her to her house. I got her to her house just down the road. 2 days later, the day I released Nightmares in the Lamb House, she suddenly and unexpectedly passed away. When B passed away the day I released Nightmares in the Lamb House on October 1st, 2022, I thought this was just a coincidence. But what I thought was really strange, the day B came to the house, I just got done doing a sit-down talk with my son Michael about strange events taking place with people who came to the Lamb House, or were attempting to come to the house. I released this portion of the filming on October 6th in the video, House of Evil Behind the Encounters. What's happened with people who's either come to visit this house or they were on their way to come and visit this house. There's been multiple incidents, just one after another, over the last year. Another gentleman who was a paranormal investigator, he scheduled to come to the Lamb House, and he's been here before. He was going to come within the week, and his daughter contacted me and said that her dad had a heart attack, and they had to revive him multiple times. He had no doubt that something evil was involved. Hello?
Hey, Kent?
Yeah.
Miranda got a hand in that spinner.
What's that?
Miranda got her hand into that pizza spinner. Come.
Okay, I'm coming. All right.
What?
Brenda's hurt.
What happened?
Her hand went into the pizza spinner.
No! No, no, no!
Miranda was cleaning the pizza roller at the mini-mart. She said it felt like something grabbed her hand and forced it into the roller wheels. Large amounts of blood was all over the roller, and blood droplets covered the floor. 3 of her fingers were crushed.
let's talk about Pico, the star of our upcoming wet dripping video. We begin with him in bed, but before you take off your pants, I assure you, we're not about to get intimate. Pico's expression was difficult to read, serious, dry, and somewhat unsettling. It was as if he had just been hit in the face with a wet fart and left with a lingering mark. I couldn't quite figure out why we were lingering on this shot for so long. As it turns out, the mysterious sound in the background was coming from Pico's piano. Yes, the man has a piano and enjoys playing it as a hobby, but here's the kicker, he's as inexperienced as they come. So, he was home alone that night, stuck in bed, staring off into space. Now you may be thinking, what's so scary about that? Well, let me tell you, there's more to the story. This wasn't just a case of a piano playing on its own or Pico experiencing some sort of robbery. He was experiencing pleasure. Sorry, I meant he was experiencing 100% paranormal activity. How can I be so sure, you ask? The other videos in which Pico appears assure me that he's not faking it. While he may not be a prophet or anything like that, it's nearly impossible to replicate the subtle nuances of a lighted candle slide or a plate flipping while the faucet is running. And while giving us a tour of his house, something invisible ran towards Pico, causing him to drop his phone on the rough cold floor. Depending on his phone and its price, he might have lost a lot that night.
En el nombre de Jesús te ordeno que te vayas. En el nombre de Jesús ordeno que te vayas. No tienes derecho de estar aquí. Ordeno que te vas. Ordeno que te vas en el nombre de Jesús. casi no se ve, pero bueno, es la luz que está ahí en el famoso cuadro de Anabel. Ese es el comedor, donde que ella tuvo un evento, que le tumbaron ese tenedor, entonces la cosa ha sido así tremenda. Pareció escuchar un ruido. Miren, están viendo. Me acabo de mover y miren. Estoy escuchando alabanzas. Y miren, ya está la nevera abierta, con un descuido. Dios mío bendito. No me voy a dejar llenar de miedo por eso. Entonces les sigo contando la historia. Este es el baño, que en estos días se escuchó el baño. Dios santo. Señor bendito, líbrame de todo mal y peligro. Señor bendito, ¿qué está pasando aquí? Este es el baño, otra luz prende de acá, pero yo sí la he prendido cuando Ana vio. Ya me puse nervioso. Voy a dejar el video hasta acá y luego les estaré haciendo una segunda parte. Entonces voy a prenderla con la misma fe para que la presencia que está aquí en el apartamento atormentándome pueda ir hacia la luz. Bueno, ya quedó la velita emprendida. ¿Puedes escuchar algo ya? Algo se movió por allá. El florero se movió. Estoy seguro que ese florero se movió.
Our next fella, whom we'll call John, is employed at a subway station that looks as if it has been abandoned for years. While we don't know his specific job title, we'll refer to him as a security guard for the sake of this story. As the video commences, John descends into the subway like a fearless adventurer, scaling down the ladders with great ease. I couldn't help but think he must have sold his nerves the week before to not be affected by supernatural events in a place like this. But as soon as he hears a steel board clanging to the ground, John transforms into a professional sprinter and darts away as fast as he can, as if he's never worked here before. But let's give John the benefit of the doubt and another chance to prove his bravery. The second time he ventures down, however, he makes noises that resemble Scooby-Doo, which made me pity him. Why didn't he turn into Shaggy instead? And why did he run away the second time? The answer, a water bottle in front of him moved ever so slightly, causing John to run away like a panicked duck. But he had to come back eventually, only to be met with growling noises that sounded like a ravenous dog that hadn't eaten in weeks. We see a chair rotating around in one of the office's security camera footage. That clip was lame. However, there's one clip in this collection that everyone will recognize because I doubt there's a single person, living or dead, who hasn't seen it. It's the moment when John's coworker calls out to him, and he hears the same dog noises from earlier.
Not having it, Marco, no. Hey? Go see what it is.
That's weird.
So we go over and have a look.
It's okay. It's I don't know.
We're not left there. I don't know what it is.
I do, yeah.
Just lift it up, I'll go under. I ain't scared again, dirty.
Can't do that.
No.
Yeah.
You see me, mate, it stopped. Do you not hear it stop?
Stop, yeah. Come on, Rob. I'm going because we've got to do tracks anyway.
Been a while since I put something up, so I thought I'd take a little trip down. Feels a little bit ominous tonight.
else with me tonight. I've had workers down here all week. I know for a fact there's no one down here now. Feels weird as down here tonight. Like proper weird. No. Do you want me to go or stay? Go. Crazy. What the actual is that? What is it? Look at it. See-through. There's into the chair there. No way. Real time. Who's in here? Oh. That's enough for me. Right. I wasn't going to, but I am now. You know, this scares me. Oh my god. As soon as you get your feet on these ladders, it's like there's something pushing you back up already. Language, but oh god, isn't it a nice place? Grim. been a time where I was coming down here and I got to this point here and I heard, like, I thought you'd be meeting me down here. I go like that and there's nothing.
That!
I'm not one to talk about permission or authorization, but I am a man who talks about the paranormal. Well, if that's what the algorithm wants me to be, then sure, I'll be that guy. But let me tell you, I would never enter someone's house without their permission, even if it was for a good reason. And when do people ever invade someone's property for a good reason anyways? Are there burglars out there breaking in just to tidy up a bit? Or maybe they're just dropping off some gifts, food and money. Oh, that's right, that's what Robin Hood does. But let me tell you about this next story, and you better believe it, because even the YouTube auto translation confirms it. This guy, let's call him Cancelo, decided to investigate this house without the owner's authorization. Now, I don't want to give away too much, but let's just say that this house was not old or abandoned. In fact, it had a newer oven than my own smartphone. So Cancelo starts exploring, making sure no one is around, at least not anyone visible to the camera. And then, the first paranormal activity happens. Some ghosts opened the gate to the garden, even though there wasn't any grass to begin with. But that didn't stop Cancelo, who was dressed like some sort of a phony Viking warrior, with a chain of bullets on his chest. I didn't know it was invented back then. He starts doing some rituals, and the party begins. Chairs start moving, tables start shaking, and even the oven door starts opening and closing really fast. Maybe it was just automatic, or maybe it was a ghost. Who knows? But one thing is for sure, Cancelo didn't fall off that table, because it moved after he got off of it. How unfortunate.
Isso pode ter certeza. Se comunique comigo aqui o que há no local. Eu sei que vós estáis me ouvindo. Já sentiu minha luz e a minha presença aqui. Se comunique. Só algo aqui. Meu nome é Ulisses Deadline. Eu sei que minha presença... apareça aqui, o que há aqui nesse local, entre em comunicação, que seja mentalmente aqui comigo. Eu peço que vós apareça aqui pra mim agora e se comunique comigo mentalmente. Eu sei da vossa presença aqui nesse lugar e vós já sabe da minha presença. É isso. Eu tô finalizando o vídeo aqui, pessoal. Cara, cê é louco, impressionante. Impressionante o que aconteceu aqui no lugar.
And that would be the end here. Before you say goodbye, you also have to make sure you have said goodbye to the subscribe button and to the next video on your screen.